Word. Welcome, one and all, to another episode of the Caribbean Fan Stand. We didn't have any. The fan stand was closed. Well, the fan stand not really closed. I was not in the stand last week. I was a little under the weather. So I apologize for that. But for not having any of the good content last week. But we're back again this week, here to share all the good news, bad news, and different news about sports. So we know our favorite teams, our favorite players, and so on. Right? So if you're new to the platform, if you're new to the channel, this is Word on the Street, the Caribbean Fan Stand. Be sure to follow us on Instagram after the live. Follow us also on TikTok. Go to YouTube and subscribe to the YouTube channel Word on the Street, where you can find episodes of pre-recorded the what is the word I'm looking for? The recordings of the live, or the postings of the live will be posted on the YouTube page. Also you can find the podcast, the weekly podcast up there as well. This week's episode in the podcast is talking about the bandit to get stuck between the building and the pipe after trying to rob Payless, the shoe store. The toddler that was left in the vehicle for the funeral, and the little ongoing battle between the Minister of Finance. All each of the cleared up today, and the CPU. Right, and you can also get audio only versions of the podcast and the fan stand on Spotify and all other major podcast platforms. Nice. So welcome to the fan stand. Makeda, steamy. So we steam up on the fan stand. Season ticket holder Empress Kells, big up yourself. Gregory and the fan stand as well, big up yourself. Yeah, so let me get into it now. Though. Mind my eyes gazing and watching Golden State Warriors play the Detroit Pistons as the fan stand, it's falling up. So let me get into the we call it the weekend roundup. In the Bundesliga in Germany, Bochum won 2-1 to Darmstadt. Frankfurt, they keep winning, and they won 3-0 away to Union Berlin. Borussia Dortmund and Freiburg draw through all. Mainz won 2-0 at home to RB Leipzig. Cologne and Augsburg, they drew 1-1. Bayer Leverkusen, they edged past Hoffenheim 3-2 in the big game on the weekend in Germany. It was supposed to be the big game. Bayern Munich dismantled Borussia Dortmund, and Borussia Dortmund shoot to form this season. Very hot and cold, very inconsistent. Harry Kane had a hat-trick in that game, I believe. Werder Bremen and Wolfsburg, they drew 2-2, and Heidenheim, they won 2-0 at home to Stuttgart. Right, so if you check the table in Germany, Bayer Leverkusen on top with 28 points. Bayern Munich, they are second on 26 points, and Stuttgart third at 21 points, and Borussia Dortmund in fourth with 21 points as well. Right, so that's looking like it will pan out to be a Bayer Leverkusen Bayern Munich title race. excuse me, see how long that goes for. But Bayern looking very good. They lose that game for the season, so they looking good. While Bayern lost, they lost in the week in the cup. They pull. I can't remember the name right now. That P name I know for sure. Yeah, they lost at second division or third division team. But as a potentially league, they ain't lost yet either. Alright, so you go over to Spain. All the La Liga fans, big up all yourself. Las Palmas, and next hot and cold team, Las Palmas beat 2-1. They won 2-1, sorry, to Atletico Madrid. Atletico Madrid is the team I'm referring to as the inconsistent team in Spain. Girona, the surprise package of the season in Spain and I think over Europe. They won 4-2 away to Osasuna. Betis won 2-0 at home to Mallorca. Celta and Sevilla drew 1-1. Barcelona edged past Real Sociedad 1-0. Alaves, they won 1-0 against Almeria. Valencia edged past Granada 1-0. Villarreal, they fell 2-3 against Athletic Club. Real Madrid, surprisingly at home, they drew 0-0 with Rayo Vallecano, although Real Madrid dominated the game for the most part. And Getafe, they won 1-0 against Cadiz. Right? So, in the standings, the table in La Liga reads Girona on top with 31 points. Real second. And we didn't get a chance to go in, but Real who won the Clasico, the first Clasico of the season. They won 2. They are on 29 points, second and 29 points. Barca 27 points in third. And Atletico Madrid with 25 points in fourth. Alright, big up Wendy Watson up in the fan stand. Good night, Wendy. As we head over to Italy. That's not team playing mad. Switching for yourself. Oh, yeah, boy. Yeah, so currently Golden State is up half time against, I think we'll get into the NBA a little later on. But they're up against Detroit half time, I think by 10 points or 8 points, something like that. Alright, so in Italy, Bologna won 1-0 against Lazio. Napoli back on the winning ways, 2-0 against Salernitana. Inter edge pass Atalanta 2-1. Udinese, our next inconsistent team. Udinese edge pass AC Milan. AC Milan being the inconsistent team. Monza, they won 1 against Verona. Cagliari, they won 2-1 against Genoa. Roma, Lukaku keeps scoring for them. They won 2-1 against Lecce. Juventus 1-0 against Fiorentina. And Frosinone, they won 2-1 against Empoli. And same scoreline, Torino over Sassuolo. So the Italian table reads like Inter in first with 28 points. Juventus second with 26 points. AC dropped to 22 points in third. And Napoli up to fourth at 21 points. Alright? Cup of shot, big up yourself up in the fan stand. Don't make it big last. Alright, to the big bad England now with the Premier League, you see me that? Alright, so Saturday, Man U left it late in injury time. 1 goal win. Bruno scoring the goal against Fulham. Brentford 1-2-1 against 3-2 against West Ham. Crystal Palace, they won 2-0 against Burnley away. Everton and Brighton drew 1-1. Man City, we know somebody that get it eventually. Dismantled Bournemouth 6-1. Sheffield United won 2-1 against Wolverhampton Wanderers. And what I thought I would have been discussing as the game of the week, because it was an interesting game. Arsenal fell 1-0, a controversial goal to Newcastle at St. James's Park. Excuse me. Nottingham Forest, they won 2-0 at Aston Villa. And Luton, I'm sorry for them. They got a point against Liverpool at home, but they also win that game. I'm sorry for them. But big performance by Luton. I think that's the best performance of the season, especially given the opponent. In the game of the week, Chelsea versus Spurs. Spurs versus Chelsea at 3 points today. Sorry, not White Hart Lane anymore, but the Tottenham Stadium, same thing. Chelsea won 4-1. Right, a hat trick from Nicholas Jackson. Now, right, as that's the last game of the weekend roundup, we'll get into the game of the week analysis. So the scoreline wasn't really reflective, I would say, of the game so much. Now Chelsea's supposed to win about that scoreline because Tottenham had 2 players sent off, so they finished the game in 9 men. So that's why Chelsea's supposed to win the game 4-1, but it was not a 4-1 game. It had up until probably the 3rd goal, and right before the 3rd goal, Son could have scored a big save by Sanchez. Kept the lead intact, and then Chelsea was able to go on and get the comprehensive victory. With Empress Kells, I always feeling nice. When I had the first time Chelsea win for the season, study Barcelona, study me. Alright, I'm feeling good. And now only we just win, we beat Tottenham. Well, normal thing, Tottenham they already beat me, but still nothing. Let them humble themselves for that. Yeah, so Spurs started off the better of the 2 teams, and Chelsea was almost down 2-0 in the first 20 minutes. Kulievski getting the first goal, a nice goal from back to front in about 3-4 passes. Son got a quick second about 5-7 minutes after, but it was ruled off rightfully so for offside. And then after that, the game went upside down. After that, Chelsea grew into the game. I think I saw Enzo and then Rich James talking to Pochettino, asking him to change something, I guess tactics wise, in terms of the setup, the formation, whatever. And then Chelsea started growing the game. They was preparing Tottenham, pressuring Tottenham in their own half. And they had 2 goals. One from Sterling for a handball, ricochet back on the hand, and then Caicedo scored it off offside, which I didn't understand because I didn't see, or they can correct me if I'm wrong, for whoever saw the game or watching it, but Nicholas Jackson was standing in an offside position, slightly offside, but he didn't touch the ball, and he didn't make an attempt to touch the ball. And I have seen goals given for people who not interfering with the play, but offside. So that was kind of confusing. But in the same play, Madman Romero, who have a history at bad tackles like that, he was given a red card for a tackle in his countryman Enzo Fernandez, where I don't even say rake, he planted his foot up the man's shin after clearing the ball. I looked intentional. So he was sent off, and we named Palmer converted the penalty. And after, right, so they went in 1-1 half time. But for me, Chelsea made the game harder than it should have been. Because one, trying to play off the shoulder like Tottenham playing with a high line. But even if you're doing that, you need runners on the midfield. You need runners on the midfield. Because the goalkeeper was in sync with the defenders. Go any ball too heavy, the goalkeeper coming and sweep it up. And also offside, you know, you run any risk I run offside, which happened a couple of times. Then Tottenham's right, I believe one of the fullbacks, Udogi, he was shown a second yellow card and sent off in the 55th minute. Yeah, and that made it worth it up. Although they could have scored twice after being down to 9 men. Eric Dyer had a header chalked off for offside, rightfully so. Benton, I believe, had a good chance that he threw away. That would have made it 2-1. Both of them would have made it 2-all. Son, as well, as I mentioned earlier, he had a nice attempt saved by Sanchez. And after that, then Chelsea was able to put the game away. Nicholas Jackson getting 2 of his 3 goals in injury time. Right? So not much, to be honest, not much to say to learn about Chelsea given how the game panned out in terms of the red cards and so on. But especially in the first half, after the Son goal was disallowed, I would give them some props for the fight shown and the little adjustment made to kind of balance out the game a little more. Now, this is the time we will most likely see if Tottenham's title challenge would be sustained, because Maddison came off as well. I thought it was a tactical, sir, but he had some ankle injury during the game. Romero and he gonna miss 3 games. Udogi will miss a game. And one of the defenders, Van der Ven, he came off with a hamstring injury, and he's one of the most important players with a high line. He's one of the faster defenders, you know. So Eric Dyer and the likes of Ben Davies and not as quick. So we will see how Tottenham fare with those injuries and suspensions. I think in the next 3 games or so they're playing City. So we will see how that goes. So, and hopefully, what I say is not the most glittering result by Chelsea into the performance, but especially early in the game. But the points is what matter, because we played good games and didn't get the points. So, And in this tough run where people traveling. Sorry, I thought I was watching the game. Yeah, in this tough run where people thought we wasn't getting no points, we get a point from Arsenal. Because I win that game, we get a point from Arsenal. And we get all 3 points from Spurs. So, not too bad. I think that is 4 out of a possible. Maybe 4. Yeah, 4 out of a possible 7 so far in this tough run. So, I mean, we wasn't supposed to lose the. I can't remember who we lost to, but yeah, we wasn't supposed to lose to them, but to Brentford, but yeah. In terms of the point tally, not too bad. Next 2 games, I think next game is Newcastle then City, so hopefully we could get some points there as well. Nice. Moving on to the Champions League preview. Got this week Champions League is back. The Champions League is back. And this second half of the back-to-back games, 3 and 4, it could be very important. Dortmund, they host Newcastle tomorrow. Shakhtar Donetsk, they host Barcelona. Atletico host Celtic. AC Milan, they host Paris Saint-Germain. Man City host Young Boys. RB Leipzig are away to Zen Vezera. Yeah, and on Wednesday, Napoli hosts Union Berlin. Bayern hosts Galatasaray. Copenhagen hosts Manchester United. Sevilla are away to Arsenal. Real Madrid host Braga. And Inter Milan are away to Salzburg. So we will check out them games and see how this goes. And yeah, a little review next week. Big up Metal in the fan stand, Tanker. Big up all yourself. Don't make it be last. We have season passes available, free of charge. Mommy, well, she's a season ticket holder. She's be late most nights, but she's be present. Big up yourself, Mommy. I was telling you, Carnival. You didn't invite me again on the team, but that's small thing. I know why. Yeah, so Europa League, and you don't know, for the fan members. AK Athens, hopefully Levi Garcia recover some of his injury. They host Marseille, and Marseille defeated them in the last round. So hopefully they could repay them the favor. In the NBA, which I'm currently watching now, Golden State up by 5 points against Detroit Pistons. I'm not going to show all the games, but I'll just give you a rundown of the standings. In the East, the Boston Celtics are perfect. 5 wins out of 5. They stand first. Sit first, same thing. Philadelphia 76ers currently second. Atlanta Hawks third. And the Orlando Magic fourth. Milwaukee Bucks fifth. And the Brooklyn Nets currently sit at 6th. Alright. Heading over into the West. The Denver Nuggets, they are first. 6 wins, 1 loss. The Dallas Mavericks second. The Golden State Warriors, my team, don't mind the Suns vest. They are retro vest as Charles Barkley. See number 34. The New Orleans Pelicans are currently 4th, with the Minnesota Timberwolves 5th and the Clippers 6th. In the week gone by, Steph Curry won Player of the Week for the West, and Jason Tatum of the Celtics, he won the Player of the Week for the East. Right. Also the in-season tournament started. The first ever in-season tournament started. I find the games had a little extra, competitive edge, which the NBA would have envisioned. What I think about the courts, I like the court though. It's kind of loud, but I like it. That's why, and especially always just for the in-season games alone, and not right through. I like the colorful courts. For the in-season tournament. So I'll let me know what I think about the in-season tournament and the in-season tournament courts. Big up Kendall up in Stan. Another season ticket holder, although he does, like he's scalp out his ticket some weeks, but big up Kendall same way. And yeah, that is it, the NBA wrap. That is it for this week. So for all those who came and joined us in the fan stand, those who are here or were here live, is our courts looking 2K-ish? yeah, for real, yeah. And that's how I say, like, yeah. Like when you make your own court in 2K. I like episode, man. I like this. I just like the difference. I want to see all it. I mean, I might not see all in terms of like watching all the games, but I want to see the different team codes out, how they look. Yeah. So all those who was able to join us live, or those who viewing this when it is uploaded on the Reels and YouTube, big up yourself. We are here every week, every Monday at 8 p.m. for the Caribbean Fan Stand, where us fans, could share our views on everything sports. And as before I go, and I know that is that little script I read there in terms of why we doing the fan stand. It kind of, I was watching the ESPN review, the analysis on the Chelsea Tottenham game, and yeah, I know it's Chelsea, so I don't care. Because yeah, they listen. And ESPN was so biased, and I mean, I'm not saying that Chelsea had played the best game ever, but the winning team get bashed more than the losing team. And that's like, oh wow. So yeah. So 9-1. What do I mean? Explain yourself. Yeah, so that is the reason why we here for the fan stand, so people can share the views that share the rabs on sports on your favorite team or the team that you hate the most. So like I said, we here every Monday live on Instagram from 9 p.m. Sorry, I say 8 p.m. Alright, nice, thank you. I don't know what the 9 for. Is our boss. Yeah, live every Monday from 9 p.m. on Instagram. Within the shit, you could join us. Feel free to tap in and share your views, or you could, if you're afraid of the camera, like some of our season holders, season ticket holders, season passes. You could share your comments, and I will read them out for you. And yeah, so until next week, don't forget to follow us as soon as this live finish. Go follow us on Instagram, TikTok, and also subscribe to the YouTube page, where you could find the uploads of the fan stand and the Wood on the Street podcast. And also you could get the audio only versions of the podcast and the fan stand on Spotify and all other major podcasting platforms. I really didn't really go into the game, Kendall. You're not touch on it. I talk about it before you go now. I was that honestly was gonna be my game of the week, but given all the excitement with the Chelsea Arsenal game, I end up doing that as the game of the week. But if you want to go into the Arsenal Newcastle game, I have no problem before we leave. But with that game, in my views, in that game, somehow I don't want to say it was boring. The two teams kind of cancel out themselves. And as much as I don't think that the goal that won the game should have standed, I don't feel sorry for, I don't feel, what you get back, Kendall? I don't feel sorry for no other Chelsea man. I don't feel sorry for Arsenal men. Arsenal men don't. Arsenal men is excited too early. They celebrating things too early. So I don't feel sorry for them. They bust up the mouse too much. Yeah, so as I say that, as much as I don't think that goal should have counted, because the ball did seem to go out of bounds, although it can in weirdly with the Premier League, with all that money in the Premier League, and in 2023, excuse me, don't have a camera on the sideline. Well, that's why I'm feeling sorry for them. Let's see, man. For me, yeah, the Chelsea don't feel sorry for them. For me, Arsenal is your Real Madrid or your Espanyol. Yeah, better be Espanyol. I ain't feeling sorry for them at all. Let them make it. Yeah, as much as I didn't find that goal should have stand, I thought Newcastle was the better of the two teams. Slightly, not by much. Slightly. And the substitutions that Eddie Howe made in terms of taking out the traditional line and I forget his name right now, but and putting Eric Gordon. Is Eric Gordon or Aaron Gordon, whatever his name, Gordon is his name, in the middle and get them a little more pace through the middle. That would have made a big difference. So yeah, they need to stop give up. They need to just humble themselves and guys to support Barca too, as real Barca people ever. Anthony Gordon, thank you, Metal. Thank you, Anthony Gordon. Yeah. So where you name what Kendall going? He asked for this topic and he replying. Yeah, so that my views on the game. I don't think he go and also got a foul on that go no matter come on Kendall, let's talk about that AFTV is the shit boy. I vex Arsenal winning because I can't watch AFTV. You see this season when Chelsea had Lukaku and a start of good and they beat them 2-0 at home in Arsenal. You see that season? Boy, I used to live on AFTV, boy. That used to be funny, boy. And that is why I don't feel sorry for Arsenal fans. Arsenal fans going to win one game and they're going to win the league, they're going to win the Champions League. They lost one game and they sacked the manager, get rid of all the players, and Arsenal is too much. It's that they need to humble themselves, boy. Yeah, AFTV is the shit, boy. Nah, Arsenal. I feel Arsenal fans is taking football more serious, boy. That AFTV. If you never watch AFTV, especially when they lost, especially when Arsenal lost, but they do rabs in themselves. When they win 2 again, there, because that man was supporting the early season. You're supporting Arteta and Havertz and thing, and men rabs in him while he live go while they record him, boy. Yeah. Come on, Moody score a freaking basket now. Yeah, boy. Nah, AFTV be the shit when Arsenal losing, boy. That be the funniest thing ever. Yeah, let's check that out, boy. If you never see that clip, Ken, let it have one. When I think City did them 6 or 5, boy. Boy, and after the follow this, we'll go this. No, I should remember my name, boy. Boy, the men and them start to chip off, boy. And you see them Londoners with the kind of Caribbean London accent. That will be killing me, boy. Oh God, you know who funny too? Kendall, if you ever watch it, that's for your intros. I want to see that. I feel like I want to check YouTube when I'm done here. Oh God, I can't remember his name, boy, but something oozing sauce. He's a Tottenham fan, boy. But the intros to his YouTube videos will be real funny, boy. Oozing something is the name, boy. I must see if I pull up the name before I go. Yeah, while I'm play with that AFTV thing, me. Expressions, yeah, oozing expressions. Check it out on YouTube. He intros is be real funny, boy. But he's a Tottenham fan. His intros is before the oozing expressions. But yeah, Arsenal fans, the AFTV people, let's check it out for they want a good laugh, especially when Arsenal lost. Go check it out. That is be real funny. Right, so people, Kendall, Metal, well, as you was here from early, Kendall, Metal, they need to join in earlier so we can have the conversations going. But I appreciate all the same way. Right? So until next week, this has been the Caribbean Fan Stand. My name is Tawa, aka Wood. Don't forget to keep your ears on the ground. And we will get the word out. Bless. Go check out the Wood on the Street podcast, people.
Ghost Gang Entertainment.